What's up guys, Velocity here, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about supply drops in Call of Duty and the question of whether or not they benefit the game. Now this is basically going to be a reply video to one of my friend's Dramatic Replays. I'm going to link his channel and his Twitter on screen and down in the description below. He is one of my friends, so I don't want to criticize him too hard in this video, but I do want to do a little bit of a response to some of the points he made in this video. Definitely go check it out. He runs a great channel with some commentaries. He does commentaries once in a while. Mostly he sticks to live streams, zombies, and Rainbow Six Siege. So if that's anything that interests you or you like what you see from him in this video, definitely go check him out, and we might be doing a dual comm coming up soon. Let's get right into the video. I'm going to take a few of his points in the video and I'm going to watch it, put it on screen, and I'm going to dissect it myself and talk about what I think about it. So let's get right into it.
Today we're going to be talking about, are supply drops good for the Call of Duty game? Now in my eyes, supply drops are a good idea. Now please do not cut my throat for saying that.
Right here he asks if supply drops are good for the Call of Duty game, and yes, I would say they're excellent for the game, but not good for the players who play the game. Supply drops definitely provide more content for the players, and it provides more content for the game, which is obviously going to make the entertainment value last longer, and it's not very good for the players because they have to spend their time or money or both to get these things in the game that they would like to attain. The problem being that it's completely random, and if it's not random, you have to pay a ton of money for it. So essentially, supply drops are definitely good for Call of Duty, but Call of Duty, the game itself, is not what we're worried about. We're worried about the fans' enjoyment of Call of Duty.
I just think that supply drops need to be done right. Now what I mean by that is, devs really need to make it way easier to obtain the new weapons that they put out in supply drops.
I agree that guns do need to be easier to get out of supply drops. Weapons especially, knives, guns, anything like that should be a lot easier to get out of supply drops. However, ideally you wouldn't put them in supply drops at all. What I prefer to see rather than having weapons in supply drops is to keep the supply drops, keep them cosmetic only, and instead make a crypto key or COD point marketplace or depot credit marketplace similar to what Modern Warfare Remastered has, and instead of having the ability to earn them out of supply drops or get them in depot credits, have them just available by depot credits, and then have the camos and the customization available only through supply drops. That makes it a little bit better because the weapons themselves are balanced. You're able to get these guns by earning them just like in the regular game. If you rank up to a certain level, then you can use that gun. It will be the same with depot credits. If you can grind and earn these depot credits, then you can use them, and everyone has an equal shot at the gun, rather than someone who grinded 15 hours to get enough depot credits to buy one of the guns, playing against someone who just happened to get it on their second or third supply drop. It's simply not correct. It's not fair. Although fairness isn't necessarily the main goal of the game, it still just does not work well. I would instead propose Blizzard's approach to it, where you buy the game, you get the game. There's no extra DLC. You don't necessarily have to earn these new characters that Overwatch releases. Every couple months, Overwatch releases a new map to everyone and a new character to everyone. And the camos and skins that are able to be gotten in that game, you can either get them out of loot boxes or you can purchase them after saving up enough points in that game. I think that would be the best option because it's so much simpler. Give the weapons to everyone or allow everyone to get the weapons instead of just randomly getting them.
So I think supply drops are a good thing for the game because it adds more content. It even adds more customization, more emblems, more reticles, more camos. And honestly, some of the camos in the supply drops are way better than the base camos in MWR. I literally can never find myself running Red Tiger or Blue Tiger or Digital, as a matter of fact. I can never catch myself putting those on. I'm always using a supply drop camo or a Days of Summer camo. It's just, I just think that the supply drop camos look way better.
I completely agree with that. There's no reason that they shouldn't be able to put camos in supply drops. I think that's completely fine because if there's a camo that I can get, then it's something that I want. It's not necessarily something that I need. And to the extent you could make the same argument about weapons, a lot of the base weapons are a lot better than the supply drop weapons like the M16, but these types of weapons, specifically in MWR, are things that accomplish goals that you can't accomplish with the other weapons. Stuff like the Boss 14, I believe it is, the assault rifle. It's super high fire rate and super high damage, and there aren't a lot of assault rifles like that in the game. I mean, the AK-47 is debatably equals to it, but essentially, the Boss 14 accomplishes something that none of the other guns in the game can accomplish, and that's what makes it so frustrating that you can't get. The customization as far as the reticles and the emblems and things like that, I have absolutely zero problem with. I am completely fine with putting those in supply drops, but the problem arrives when you put the weapons in. And I do agree that we do need more in the game after after the release. We've seen people that quote-unquote get burnt out of Call of Duty because they play the game so much, end up just, burning themselves out because there's not a lot of content left to get. But I do think camos and stuff like that are good things to be able to get. I think camos are okay to put it in supply drops. I would rather have them able to be added in to be earned as well. If you were back in the days of Black Ops 2 when diamond camo was like the main goal to go get, and you're playing Black Ops 2 and you grinded for, it would probably take at least 30 hours to get diamond camo. For me anyway, I don't know if you guys are much better than that, but it would take about 30 hours to get diamond camo, and then if you would see someone else that had diamond camo that they just got out of a supply drop, that wouldn't make me incentivized to do anything for the camos. I'd just wait to go get them out of supply drops. So it does create a problem there. They're adding camos that look better and are easier to get than the base gun. And that's a problem because it completely removes any incentive to go for the original camos, and instead you're always just chasing COD points to get camos and stuff out of these. So I would rather have them add more challenges in to where you can get those camos and grind for them, rather than just throwing them in as a random chance.
So yes, it adds more content, but a lot of people they don't get to experience this content, including myself. I was lucky enough to get the Aztec Aggressor, but that's really about it. And I've been playing the game a lot recently, and I would love the B-Red MK48. I would love the Rangers, but it's just the supply drop system needs to be way better in order for me to get that gun, or I'm gonna have to start putting some money into the game, and I really don't want to put more money than I already have into this game.
And this is another thing that irks me about Activision and Call of Duty, is the fact that they expect you to pay $60 for the game, the base game, and then they want you to buy the season pass. It's all over the advertising. They want you to buy the season pass for another $50, and that's putting up $110 into a game that you're going to play for probably about 9 months. Not saying that you won't go back to it afterwards. I can't predict you guys' gaming habits, but they want you to put this, and then they want you to put extra money in for supply drops, because let's not kid ourselves. Everything about supply drops is geared to make Activision money, and to do that, they have to incentivize people to want to go out and buy it, which in turn makes them put the odds of getting actual weapons and good things in supply drops super, super low. So they have no intention of you actually getting the weapons that you want. They want to make you just frustrated enough that you have to go out and buy them yourselves. They want you to put in another 20 or 30 bucks in there just for supply drops over time. When games like Overwatch, you pay 50 bucks or 60 bucks depending on what type of the game you got. You get the full game and you get everything that comes with the game. You do not have to purchase a single thing afterwards. And Overwatch is extremely successful at doing that, so I'm not sure why Call of Duty couldn't replicate that and, do a little bit better service for their fans.
So they add content, but not only do they add content, they also add new weapons. And yes, you can say, oh my god, that's content. But these new weapons feel great. They give a nice change to the pace of the gameplay when you're playing the game. You won't get gunned down by an M16 anymore, maybe. You'll get gunned down by a BOS-14.
I do agree that the weapons in Modern Warfare Remastered feel great, and they're excellent additions to the game, but there are other ways to add them other than supply drops. I think one of the problems is that the way that he's looking at the game itself, he's looking at it like there are no other options than supply drops. It's either supply drops or no more weapons, which I guess realistically is probably the case. But I just think that there are better ways that you can add these same exact weapons into the game without having to put them in supply drops.
But not only does it add content and it improves the meta, changes up the meta, it also gives you something to go for, Not many people can say, wow, whenever I get on Call of Duty, I always go for the challenges. No, because you don't really get a lot of stuff for the challenges. When you complete a challenge, you only get XP. So people look forward to grinding the game, getting the depot credits, and having a chance to go to get a supply drop weapon.
I do agree with you in that sense. Call of Duty definitely needs some sort of source of sustainability in the future to be able to continue to add content and to make it more entertaining. I definitely agree with you there. And the depot credits, I think MWR has done the best job so far of making it, I guess, kind of even, that the depot credits you can actually purchase the weapons and the things that you want off the marketplace with the depot credits. However, like you were saying in this video, it takes so much to actually necessarily buy them. The depot credits make everything so expensive compared to how quickly you earn the depot credits that it's not a good system. So that basically wraps it up for his video. If I was going to give it a summary, it would be that supply drops are not inherently bad, but perhaps the content inside them, you need to have better odds to be able to get them, which I don't necessarily disagree with. However, I don't think supply drops are the end-all be-all option to have the weapons in it. I would love to see another source of obtainability for these weapons and these camos and such. Realistically, I don't know if we'll ever see that. I hope so, but I think just outside of supply drops, I would rather have them to be earned specifically rather than to be earned or to be picked up out of a supply drop. I just think that that's not a good system whatsoever, because it's like someone making $1 million and at their job, working hard for 10 years and going and making that $1 million and becoming a millionaire, and then their neighbor wins the lottery. It's like they're both getting the same result and one of them put in so much more work. That's not necessarily that fair. But again, Call of Duty is not necessarily meant to be fair, but I do think it would be the best option possible. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below of this video. Definitely check out my friend Dramatic Replays. He is the one who made this video. Although I do disagree with some of his points, I do agree with others, and I like the way he presented the video, and I think he did some really good work on it. So definitely check him out. I'll put his Twitter and his YouTube down in the description below, and you can go check those out if you so desire. I appreciate you guys watching this video. My name's Velocity, and I'm signing out. Peace.
Yeah, now I got me searching for the keys and all the pieces to the puzzle. Never caught up with the law because I'm keeping out of trouble. I'm just out here on my own. Bet you can relate the struggle. Keep on sleeping when I blow up, boy. I bet you be like, uh-oh.